Armando Baker here.
It's Luke May.
This is Tyler Hansbrough.
University of North Carolina.
Here's North Carolina.
I just want to shout out my boy JBear_YT.
JBear_YT.
It's Carolina family, baby.
Go Heels.
Go Heels.
What is up, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today, it's going to be our final mock drafts of the 2022 draft season in the NFL. As you can see, I got actually two tabs open on PFF's website of the exact same thing. I'm going to do multiple first round mocks. One of which is going to be a what would I do mock, and the second is going to be a predictive mock for what I think will actually happen. We're going to start off with the what I would do mock, which is based off like my big board and what I think fits I'd like to see, basically. And the second, obviously, is me predicting what I think will happen come draft night this upcoming Thursday. I'm excited for it. Make sure to leave this video a like if you enjoy the content. It's really appreciated. Let me know what you think about your favorite team's pick and the mock draft overall. And let's get right into it, starting with the what I would do mock draft here. So, Jacksonville at first overall. For me, it's between Aiden Hutchinson and Evan Neal. Because if you saw my last video, my draft prospects video, you guys know Evan Neal is my top prospect in the class. But Aiden Hutchinson does fit more of the need there. So I am going to go Aiden Hutchinson. Kind of be that leader of the defense for the foreseeable future there. Although Evan Neal, I wouldn't hate that either. Number 2, we got the Detroit Lions on the clock. And here I see a lot of people thinking it could be quarterback, but I'm not going to go that direction. I don't think that's a smart move in my opinion. I think they should do that at 32, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But here at second overall, I'm going to go, man, Evan Neal is really appealing. He really is. But, I mean, our line is fine. But imagine just putting Evan Neal at guard for a year. Bro, that is disgusting. That's just an incredible thought. But I'm going to go Kayla Thibodeau. He's my 4th ranked prospect on my big board. Edge rusher is a decent position of need for that squad. I don't want to go corner that high after they just did Okuda, but I wouldn't mind going with Sauce Gardner there. But here at 3, we got the Houston Texans, who will take Evan Neal, my number 1 player in the draft. That's an absolute win for the Texans if they're able to get him at that spot. Number 4, we got the New York Jets. And it's looking less and less likely, I guess, that they're going to go with an offensive lineman. And I don't know if I'd go with that either. I think with the value on the board, I'm personally... Well, Ikem Ekwonu is hard to pass up on here. He is. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go with Ikem Ekwonu out of NC State. You can put him at guard. You can put him at tackle if you decide to move on from one of your current tackles, George Fant or Mekhi Becton. And you can put him at guard immediately if you don't want to do that. So, great pick there for the Jets. Number 5, New York Giants. They have to take Charles Cross here. They can't risk the Panthers taking him at 6. Which is unfortunate because I'm a Panthers fan. But there's somebody that I'm higher on than probably anybody in the entire world. My 7th ranked prospect, Mr. Sam Howell out of the University of North Carolina. He's my top ranked quarterback prospect. With the top 3 offensive linemen off the board and not doing trades, I think that's where I'm going to go with that spot. Also, yeah, we're not doing trades, especially the predictive one, because they're like impossible to predict, basically. But anyways, here at 7, I'm going to have our first defensive back come off the board, and it's going to be Sauce Gardner out of Cincinnati. Yes, they could go edge. That's definitely a position of need for them. But I think with the edge depth in this class, they can take that in the 2nd round and be perfectly fine with the player that they're getting there. Number 8 overall, we have the Atlanta Falcons. It's my first wide receiver off the board. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson. He's my top-ranked wide receiver. He can do it all, basically. A great route runner. He's really fast. He's surprisingly fast. Reminds me a lot of Keenan Allen. That's a good pick there for the Falcons, who have no wide receivers at the moment with Ridley being out for the season. 9th overall, we got the Seattle Seahawks here. I would think about quarterback. I would, but if Sam Howell is here, I'm taking Sam Howell. I love that fit. Not much of an offensive line in Seattle right now. So, but I gotta go best player available. For me right here is between Derek Stingley. Trayvon Walker's still available. Trayvon Walker's upside is going to be impossible to pass up here. I'm going Trayvon Walker, edge rusher out of Georgia. So here with the 10th pick, we have the New York Jets on the clock. And we went Ikem Ekwonu with the 4th overall pick. So here, this is tough. I'm going to go, do I go Stingley? That's tempting. I think their defensive line's good. There's some good defensive line available, but I don't know if it's worth passing up Stingley for. Or even, a wide receiver. I forgot about that. I'm going to go Drake London out of USC. My 2nd-ranked wide receiver. I can go up and get it. A guy who Zach Wilkinson can just, yeet it downfield towards and hope for the best. And Drake London can definitely increase those 50-50 balls to like 80-20 balls. Anyways, 11, we got the Washington football team on the clock. This is another spot. If Sam Howell's available, I'm taking him. Carson Wentz isn't it. I'm sorry. So, here, BPA tells me to go Derek Stingley with this pick. But wide receiver also is tempting at this spot. I think if Garrett Wilson was available, I'd probably go with him. But since he's not, I'm just gonna go Derek Stingley. I'm gonna go BPA for Washington there. It's not the biggest of needs for them, but a good corner to add to that room. 12th overall, we have the Minnesota Vikings, not Tennessee Titans. What in the world? But with this 12th pick, I'm gonna go Trent McDuffie out of Washington. These top 3 corners are just absolute beasts. McDuffie, Stingley, and Sauce. Insane value there. 13th overall, Texans went Evan Neal 1st overall. Oh, goodness. Imagine coming out of the draft as a Texans fan with Evan Neal and Kyle Hamilton. Because that's what I'm going to have happening. Evan Neal, Kyle Hamilton on the squad. Love that for them. 14, we got the Baltimore Ravens, who I look at Jordan Davis here. I look at wide receiver very vaguely here. Offensive line. Could go Zion Johnson. That'd be pretty nice. I think I'm going to go with Jordan Davis here. Take the upside. Bet on him. The Ravens just crank out talent like all the time. They are really good at developing talent is what I'm trying to say. And if Jordan Davis is a piece of clay as far as pass rushing goes, that can just be untapped to the point where it's just insane. Anyways, 15, we got the first of 2 Philadelphia Eagles picks here. Would have loved Trent McDuffie to be available. That would have been absolutely disgusting. That would have been so nice. But since he's not, boy, that would have been insane. I'm going to go Jameson Williams out of Alabama here. I know they invested a lot in wide receiver, but he's too good to pass up on here. He just is. 16, we have the first of 2 Northern Saints picks. Now, it looks like a lot of these, with the Saints picks, it's going to be highly sought after tackle and wide receiver. They probably would have loved Jameson Williams to still be available there. But Chris Olave is still available, and he's got burners to go along with Mike Williams. That's a good pairing there. I'm going to go Chris Olave out of Ohio State. 17, we have the Chargers on the clock. I'm going to go offensive line here. Where in the world did they move Trevor Penning? Ooh, interesting. That's interesting. I'm going Trevor Penning here. He's the next guy on my board. I think he could start at right tackle right away. Some penalty concerns, but outside of that, he should be a pretty good tackle year one. Number 18, we got the Eagles. Second pick, we got Jameson Williams with their first selection. And with this selection, I don't know if I want to go linebacker this high, although Devin Lloyd's definitely probably worth the pick. George Karlaftis is a high floor type of guy. Jermaine Johnson's still available. I completely forgot. Jermaine Johnson's the pick. Goodness. He might have went a little higher if I would have saw that. He might have went the 15th pick, honestly. But here at 19, we got the Saints' second pick here. They'd love to go offensive line. And honestly, Zion Johnson's available. I'm going to take Zion Johnson. I'm not going to totally eliminate that he can't play tackle, in all seriousness. But if he can't play tackle, you got yourself one heck of a guard. He's the top 3. Well, he's up there with the best interior offensive lineman in the class, right there with Tyler Linderbaum. At 20, we have the Steelers. I'm going to have them take Malik Willis. The second quarterback is off the board there. Makes a lot of sense. And if they can develop him, maybe send him behind Trubisky for a year. That'd be pretty nice. 21, we have the New England Patriots on the clock. George Karlaftis seems like a Patriots-type edge rusher. Devin Lloyd seems like a Patriots-type linebacker. Ooh. Interesting. I'm going to go Devin Lloyd out of Utah. Good pass rushing upside. Can really just replace Dante Hightower and do basically what his role was in New England. 22, we got Green Bay. They'd love to go wide receiver here. George Pickens, Treylon Burks, both still available. Same thing with Jahan Dotson and Christian Watson. So we can't risk anybody else getting taken. So let's go Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. High upside wide receiver there. 23, got the Cardinals. The edge rushers need help. J.J. Watt's old, and they don't really have much since they lost Chandler Jones. So let's go George Karlaftis out of Purdue here. 24, we got the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going Tyler Linderbaum. Put him at center. Your center of the future there. 25, I have the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to have them going cornerback with this selection. Andrew Booth is the next guy on my board for that position. Let's go Andrew Booth there. 26, we have the Titans. A lot of rumors about Titans taking quarterback recently. Maybe not the first, but with this pick, offensive line is so important for this team. Would have loved to see Zion Johnson be available. Kenyon Green is available, which is nice. But yeah, that's Devonta Wyatt can't fall but so far. Let's go Bernhard Raimann out of Central Michigan. 27, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Devonta Wyatt. If they're not going offensive line, Kenyon Green's available though. Okay, yeah, Kenyon Green. Dang it. We're gonna go there. 28, the second Green Bay Packers selection here. Devonta Wyatt pairing alongside of Kenny Clark seems disgusting to me. That, like, in a good way. I'm going with it. Devonta Wyatt could double up on receiver, but maybe you grab a receiver in the second if you're the Packers there. 29, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll look at edge rusher first here. Arnold Ebiketie, Oye Mafe. David Ajabo with, if he didn't get injured, that'd probably be a good pick. I think I'm going to stray away from that right now. You know, let's go, not Lewisine. Let's go Daxton Hill out of Michigan here to be a good debut for this team. 30, Kansas City Chiefs on the clock. Receiver is really tempting. They're going to need some receivers, like really need some receivers. Yeah. Let's go George Pickens out of Georgia here. Man, passing on edge rusher is tough, though. It's a deep edge class. They can get an edge next round in the second. We'll say that. 31, we have the Cincinnati Bengals on the clock. It's offensive line or corner for me. Tyler Smith's available. Kyler Elam. McCreary. That's tough. Let's look at BPA real quick. Linebacker's also not a terrible option. Tyler Smith's a developmental guy. He can play guard or tackle. Let's go with Tyler Smith. Let's go with it. And 32nd, I mentioned I was going to go quarterback earlier. Desmond Ridder, right there with Matt Corral's my next guy. Kobe Dean is tempting, though, to go in the first still. But let's go with it. I'm going to go with Matt Corral. I think his arm talent is just better than the guys available. I know he played in a rough transition scheme to the NFL, but I like his talent a lot. Let's go with Matt Corral. So that is going to be the first draft. I'll scroll through this real fast so you guys can see that here. And we'll head on to the second mock, where it will be the predictive mock draft here. So let's start here with Jacksonville in the predictive mock draft. And boy, it was Aiden Hutchinson for a long time. But I gotta tell you, it's trending toward Trayvon Walker. I get it, the upside is there, but the pass rushing production wasn't very, good. But good run stuffer. And it's not what I do mock draft, it's a predictive. So let's go Trayvon Walker. He's right there. Aiden Hutchinson and Trayvon Walker seem like one of those guys going to be the pick. And Trayvon Walker, man, according to Todd McShay, I think he thinks it's Trayvon. So let's go with that. Second overall, my goodness. Second overall, Detroit Lions. They love the fact that Aiden Hutchinson fell to them here at 2. So we're going to go with that. That is a good predictive choice there. At 3, we got the Texans, and it seems like tackle is going to be a good pick here. Doesn't seem like Charles Cross, as he's not as versatile to play guard if they need to as Ikem Ekwonu and Evan Neal are. I've heard a lot of Ikem Ekwonu. Like, a lot. Evan Neal. I like Evan Neal better, but Ikem Ekwonu is more of the mauler type. Shoot. This is tough. There are going to be some tough picks in here for the predictive mock. Goodness. Let's go with Cam. I'm going to Ikem Ekwonu here at 3. 4, New York Jets, another toughie. Could be Sauce Gardner. Could be Kayla Thibodeau. Could be Evan Neal. Stingley, I guess, is an outside shot. Wide receiver also possible. But goodness, this is tough. Like, this is tough. Let's go with... Let's go with Neal. I don't know if they pass on Neal. He's my top prospect. And I think the NFL's as high as... maybe not as high as I am, but they're high on him, so let's go there. I'm not very confident in this so far. I don't know. I could get every single one of these picks wrong. All right, at 5, New York Jets. Do they pass on the lineman though? Because that's tough. Because it's looking like Panthers are taking a tackle here at 6, and if none of the tackles are available, what in the world are they going to do then? The Panthers are in a horrible spot if Charles Cross is the selection here. I think they wait and take... Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Charles Cross because they can't risk the Panthers taking him. That is tough. The Panthers, this is just worst case scenario. Absolute horrible situation right now for the Panthers. I mean, since he's off the board, I guess they go BPA. Edge rusher is a low-key need. Losing Hassan Reddick, they do have Brian Burns. And as well as Yetur Gross-Matos, who's hoping to take a big step up this year. But outside of that, I mean, it's one of the more subtle needs on the team. Let's go with Kayla Thibodeau, man. I mean, goodness, that's a horrible. I mean, Kayla Thibodeau is a really good player, but if you're the Panthers, left tackles is such a huge need that's kind of unfortunate. At 7, I'm sure the Giants would have loved to have Kayla Thibodeau here, but since they don't, they're probably going to go with their top-ranked corner, and that seems like it might be Gardner for most NFL teams, so let's go with Sauce Gardner here. 8, we have the Falcons. Seems like a wide receiver could be the selection. Let's go Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. Seems like a very possible viable option there. Number 9, the Seattle Seahawks. Looks like they're just going to go take BPA at not quarterback. So BPA not quarterback. Who are we arguing that is here? I don't know. Stingley. There's high upside there. Let's go with Stingley. 10th, we have the New York Jets. They took Evan Neal first overall. Here, got to go wide receiver. Drake London. I think I did that in the last mock as well, but that makes a lot of sense, so we're going to go with that. 11, Washington football team. Also would love to have a wide receiver. It actually is starting to seem like it's trending that direction. So let's go with it. Jameson Williams out of Alabama. 12, the Vikings. Corner, Trent McDuffie. That makes a lot of sense. That's their biggest need. It looks like if corner's available, that's where they're going. So let's go Trent McDuffie out of Washington with that selection. 13, Texans on the clock. BPA more than likely. Kyle Hamilton's here. Let's take him. I think I did that in the other mock draft as well. 14, we got the Ravens. And you never know with the Ravens. This is one of the tougher ones to project. I think it could be a defensive tackle here. Yeah, let's go Jordan Davis out of Georgia. I think that was also my last mock. 15, the Eagles are available. And as much as they probably don't want to go wide receiver, if I'm thinking about it from the Eagles' lens, but they kind of, they really should, in all seriousness. But with the guys available, they were really high on David Ojabo. I might wait and take him at 18, though. So here, we gotta go receiver, man. I think we have to go receiver. Chris Olave, Ohio State. Seems like it's gotta be the pick. 16, it looks like it's tackle and wide receiver, the options that they're looking for here. So, I think they take Trevor Penning before the Chargers are able to here. Let's go Trevor Penning out of Northern Iowa. 17, and with that off the board for the Chargers, yes, they could go Bernhard Raimann, but they could lean in another direction since that happened. Corners, if one of those guys were available, we'd probably go there. Wide receiver is looking pretty good, honestly. Let's go Treylon Burks out of Arkansas here, that predicted pick. 18, I said it earlier, I'm going to go David Ojabo. They were really high on him before the injury. Maybe they take him with one of the first round picks there. 19, second pick for the Saints. Probably wide receiver. A guy who'd pair alongside Michael Thomas. We could go George Pickens. We could go Jahan Dotson. I think the NFL is higher on George Pickens than they are Jahan Dotson, honestly. So I'm going to go George Pickens out of Georgia. 20, got the Steelers. I mean, this just seems... If it's available, it seems like a lock in Malik Willis to the Steelers. 21, we got the Patriots on the clock. And you never know with them. They could be trading down here for all we know. But edge and linebacker are what I'm looking towards. Let's go Devin Lloyd. The Green Bay Packers, goodness, they just absolutely despise going wide receivers. But, I mean, if they don't go wide receiver with one of these picks, I mean, they are just missing out so hard. But first, I'm going to go Zion Johnson here. Hope that our receiver is there at 28. 23, George Karlaftis, don't have much edge rushing help there. I think the Texans want to go offensive line here. Let's go Tyler Linderbaum. Also, that could be edge rusher as well. Oh, wait. No, I know who this is. It's got to be Jermaine Johnson, yep. 25, looks like it's not going to be running back. So corner is most likely. Also could be defensive tackle. So Andrew Booth. 26, the Texans are on the clock. I don't know here. They could go. Let's go Bernhard Raimann. That makes a lot of sense here. Oh, Tyler Smith is a incredible fit, though. I think the NFL. This is predictive, so the NFL might be higher than Tyler Smith. I'm going to Tyler Smith there. 27. We have the Buccaneers on the clock. We could go Tyler Linderbaum to put Jansen maybe at guard or just be like his future replacement, but I don't know about that. So let's go. Maybe it is. Let's go Devonta Wyatt here. 28, gotta be a receiver. I mean, it just has to be, bro. Jahan Dotson, let's go with it. Out of Penn State. 29, back-to-back Kansas City Chiefs pick. Back-to-back Kansas City Chief picks, excuse me, on the clock here. Let's go. I think they should maybe double down on defense, in my opinion. Boye Mafe, I think they like the athletics upside, so they're going to go with him there out of Minnesota. And with this selection, Christian Watson, maybe the first, debatably first-round upside. Man, wide receiver, we had maybe 8 going, like 7 going this mock. Anyways, 31. I think this is where Tyler Linderbaum goes. It's hard for me to believe that he goes outside of the first round, but it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. And with this pick, the Lions, it's really all over the place. If they want to go wide or if they want to go quarterback, there are guys available that they could take, like 100%. Kenny Pickett kind of seems like a first-round guy at some point. So they could go with him here, man, and get the 5th-year option. But Kenny Pickett's pro-ready. They probably want to go with a guy with more upside because they have Jared Goff under contract. And maybe they just don't go quarterback here. Maybe the quarterbacks fall and Malik Willis is the only one that goes in the first. But who knows? This is going to be a wild draft. But with that said, this pick, let's just go. I got to go quarterback. It's just the only thing I'm really seeing great reason to go here. I mean, the 5th-year option, it makes so much sense. And I'd be Sam Howell 100%. I wouldn't even have thought about it. He'd be gone a lot earlier, but this is predictive. So I'm going to go with a more high upside guy. I say they pass on Kenny Pickett and go Desmond Ridder out of Cincinnati. And that's it. That's the mock draft, guys. Thank you guys for watching as I scroll through this. Take a look at it right there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being so supportive throughout the whole draft process. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do all that YouTube stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.